Hi, everybody. I'm Vanessa Richardson in for Malika Andrews. I'm joined by our senior writers, Ramona Shelburne. We've got Tim McMahon and NBA champ Kendrick Perkins. The NBA offseason, guys, it's cooling off, but Wemby is keeping it really interesting. The reigning defensive player of the year, you heard Candace talking about it, has been spending time in his home country of France. He was in Paris with his teammates, dedicated a court while playing one-on-one with some kids, and now, apparently, Victor has been practicing with a local rugby team. He spoke to Malika about the idea earlier this season.
One thing I wanted to do, but I didn't do this summer, is practice with a rugby team. Because it's same, patterns of movement my body's not used to do, and that can translate to what I do basketball. Like I don't know the words in English, but like it's like two teams in front of each other like this, forcing it. Anyway, it's some very interesting things.
Very interesting is the perfect way to describe it. Ramona, how does Wemby really take his game to the next level this coming season, and does it involve rugby, you think?
This is why he's wired so differently than anybody else, and it always reminded me of Kobe Bryant when Kobe would watch wildlife videos and he would see how the cheetah moves and how does he run, and Victor draws inspiration from, he described it as different movement patterns, and last year he went obviously to the monastery in China where he learned to do martial arts, and he wanted to be more physical. It also helped him, his mind, and to be quiet in those big moments. But I think that physicality that he's looking for with rugby is a very interesting choice to emphasize as he moves forward into this season. Because that interview he did with Malika, that was, I think, December. So this is before he went into the finals and he had that long playoff run. And I'm curious to see how that finals run affects how he's approaching this summer, too.
Perk, is this the season you think go ahead, Perk. Perk, go ahead.
No, well, I mean, my biggest thing with Wemby is always for him to remember that he's a big man first with guard skills. And, I would love to see more of him on the low block, mid-post area, actually getting a signature go-to move, actually being able to play with his back to the basket more, where he's taking up space, where he's, pounding guys down low. He got a lot better at it last year, but I would love to see more of it. Think about it. All the great players around the league have a post-up game. It don't matter if you're 7 foot or 7'5". Jalen Brunson take guys to the post. Jason Tatum has a post game. SGA has a post game. Remember, Anthony Edwards called Michael Jordan before last season so that he could get that post game, get his post game right. So when you think about Wemby and what we've seen, yes, he's always improving physically and mentally. I just want to see that signature go-to move on that low block where he's embracing physicality time and time again.
Yeah, and Perk, as you mentioned, he did make some real progress.
Energy is, always in the right places, and we do all the little things to give us the best opportunity.
During the summer, I believe he's done a little bit of work with the team again this summer. But when you talk about his post-up game, he's talking about figuring out how to play in scrums. That's the whole point of the rugby excursion. It's about strength. To be a dominant post player, he's got to be able to get to his spot, not let people bump him off his spot. That's about work in the weight room. And I've gotten a glimpse of his post-game workouts. If he's attacking the weights as hard as he is post-game, I can only imagine what he's doing in the summer. But this is a guy, it's a really unique blend of being extremely serious and extremely curious. Everything is plotted out. And this is, the rugby stuff, the monk thing last year, the monk excursion. It's all just an example of this guy wanting to be the best player in NBA history and looking to turn over every possible stone, while also, let's be honest, trying to keep himself mentally stimulated.
Yeah. Perk, is this the season Victor, you think, becomes the best player in the NBA?
I mean, I thought he was already there, to be honest with you. But I think, yes, I think, and the crazy thing is he actually wants to be the best player. It's a thing for us to want it for him, but he wants to be the best player. Every single night he steps on the floor, no matter who he's going against, he wants to be the best player. Now, in order to be the best player, you got to win the NBA championship. That's just usually how it goes. You got to be the one standing alone at the mountaintop, but he embraces everything about that. And again, the league is in good hands. I believe right now he is one of the faces of the NBA. I don't think we're going to have a face of the NBA, but he is one of the faces of the NBA.
Yeah, is this the season that he eliminates any doubt that he's the best player. And look, he came 3 wins shy of doing that last season. They got knocked out in 5, so he can't stake that claim. But he's got a case.
Hostile environment against the defending champs in the Western Conference Finals for a team that's done it multiple times.
He's just scratching the surface, Ramona, of his potential.
I think he is already too because of how good he is on both sides of the ball. I mean, Jokic, I would say offensively, SGA, but on both sides of the ball, he's the best.
Yep. Definitely loves to play defense. All right, still to come on NBA Today, GM Mike Dunleavy had some shock. Well, we're a month and a half into the offseason, and the Warriors are one of 4 teams to not acquire any active NBA players, which of course excludes rookies from the draft. That's on the heels of an important extension date for Steph Curry, as the 4-time champ is eligible as of August 29th to sign a 2-year, $136.7 million extension with the Dubs. General manager Mike Dunleavy spoke a few days ago on Steph's future.
I'm pretty confident Steph will finish his career here, but ultimately it's his call, his decision. Whether that's allowing his contract to run out and move on, or look, if he comes to me and wants to be moved, Joe and I will talk it through it. We wouldn't love it, but he's earned the right to do where he wants to do those things. So, but as far as the messaging or any idea that he would be anywhere else, that's not a thing we're looking at or he's looking at.
I wish you guys could have seen Ramona's face when he was saying all of that. If he wants to be moved, we'll move it. Like, obviously, people on X and social media started conspiracy theories. Tim, what do you make of it?
I just don't understand why the general manager put that out in the air. I don't think this was some well thought out point that Mike Dunleavy was making. I think he was just speaking and not thinking, to be honest with you. If you're going to talk about trading or having a not just a superstar, a legend, an icon, talking about moving on from him, doesn't Steph need to be the one to start that conversation? Why is the general manager putting that out in the air and putting Steph in a position where what do you think he's going to be bombarded with on media day? Questions about this.
Look, as somebody who often talks too much and needs to be told by the producer in my ear to rap, I empathize, right? I understand, but
happens to all of us, Ramona.
Do that.
Stay in it.
The way he said it was like he just kept going too, and he was trying to dismount, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go there. Nobody's trading Steph Curry. Steph's not asking to be traded. He's going to sign an extension. The Warriors have 6 of their 7 next first-round draft picks, and the one that they don't fully have, they have up to 1 to 20. They're in pretty good position going forward. Yes, I know Jimmy Butler's out, but they're building around Steph. Steve Kerr came back for one last ride here. I don't know why he even went there.
Yeah, in dramatic fashion, would Steve Kerr come back? Yes, he's coming back. Okay, so let's assume that Steph Curry is signing that extension and staying in Golden State. Perk, how do you feel about where they lie right now in the realm of NBA teams?
I was just about to ask Ramona, are we sure that they're building around Steph Curry? Because if they were, then he would actually have a championship roster around him. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, Mike Dunleavy needs to do his damn job. The Warriors hasn't been relevant since Bob Myers was leading the charge. And when I say relevant, that means actually being able to compete for a championship. What moves has he made that has scared the rest of the league or has had Steph Curry walking into the arena with a confidence level of we actually could get it done? I know some people may say Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler was popular, and it's no knock to him, but he wasn't a powerful move. I heard they was in the sweepstakes for Giannis. I heard they was in the sweepstakes for LeBron. Well, I know one thing, Bob Myers, usually when he's in the sweepstakes, he actually goes and get that player and find a way to get it done. You're talking about a